What's up YouTube, it's Sploosh here, and I want to bring you a video discussing how to win in a party. This is a account of mine that plays in a party. You will also see a screen that maybe some people are interested in right here. Let's cut to the film because I want this video to be short. Alright, so here we go, Headquarters, Summit. We're going to play this game through. I picked this map for a number of reasons, playing with I think 4 other people, and then there's like that, see the green guy running around the map, so we got one guy who we don't know. And I consider a party anything with like 3 people or more, so 4 definitely meets my requirements. Playing generally 6v6. I have played a few parties big enough for Ground Wars, like did it like maybe for like 7 games a while ago, and it was kind of neat. It's pretty much the same thing as this, just even worse. The reason though I picked some is because there's kind of usually spawns where you either spawn on one side of the map or the other. Pretty much every map is like that if you learn the spawns enough, but this map makes it blatantly obvious, and so that's really important when you're talking about parties and how to win in a party, is knowing the spawns. I honestly, before I played in parties, like if you know my other account, you've been like going to my channel, you'll know that I'm pretty much a solo player. But doing this YouTube thing kind of gives you a little bit of notoriety. You start to meet people, and it's kind of hard not to party at that point. So I've kind of learned how to do this. I've really learned the game faster playing in a party than I would have playing solo ever. I think because when you're solo, you just, I don't know, you kind of know things, you know the spawns, you know how to protect yourself, but you don't really break the game down, So, man, there's so much to say. Okay, so going back to those screens you saw in the beginning, I have 96 win percentage. That's 8 losses, and I shouldn't have used, you see how I'm a Headquarters rookie there, I shouldn't have used my dogs there. That was really stupid. But, okay, so 96 and 8 losses. To be quite honest with you, maybe 3 of those losses are legit. The others are, host rage quits. I actually had a host rage quit where the host was on my team and we were dominating, and he quit. I don't know if it's because he had a bad score or he had to go. Maybe his mom made him go to bed. But why would you? I mean, probably dashboarded. That's generally how the host connections really crumble. So that stinks, So I don't know. I personally feel like in my head, I almost want to say I've never lost a game. I don't want to get into that though. But let's move on. So the reason I made this account, and man, I have so much to say too. I'm gonna rush. The reason I made this account is because I had a sort of a friend of a friend join. It was like me and 2 guys, so a friend and then the other friend, right? So that friend of a friend invited one of his friends, so it becomes the chain of friends, And that guy, when I looked at his stats, he had like a 2 win-loss ratio and like a, I don't know, let's say 2.5 KD. I'll give him credit. I don't remember. So this guy was really cocky and extremely talkative, kind of talked down everyone in the channel as if he was like the greatest thing ever. And just to give you some background, my other account, I have like a 1.74 win-loss ratio. That's pretty much all solo. And I mean, keep in mind too, when I first started playing Black Ops, I had literally like a 0.5 KD for like a month or 2, because this is kind of a rerun of my first time playing, first-person shooters on console. I'm a PC gamer. So I have a lot to make up for, and always playing solo or with friends who have like 0.5 KDs, and they're friends, so I play with them. If they're on, we play together. So sorry, I had to beat up on my cat there. So anyway, we ended up playing a game and losing the game, and the guy that joined, he like rage quit. He literally dashboarded, and then the friend of the friend was defending him, saying, "Oh, he was like the best Homefront player, and he, give him respect and all this. He's used to winning. He's used to playing in a party and always winning. All this garbage, right?" So I kind of felt bad. Like, man, I'm like, maybe he really was good, and like we didn't do great or anything, even though I had the best score in that game and like 6 caps or something. But I decided to make this account and see what I could do in a party situation. So I only kind of logged in this account when there was like at least 2 other people on. Even though I say you should play with like 3 people or something, I just, it's just not always possible to play with so many people, So, I try to keep the spirit of the account and play with like at least like 2 other people in a 6v6, and obviously we win a lot. Things I noticed is you win a lot, and if you're not having the greatest game, it happens to everybody. People pick up the slack for you, or let's say you're breaking even on KD, let's say that, right? All of a sudden your teammate gets an SR-71. Well, now you're going 2-1, because you got the SR-71. Then you get your own SR-71, you get a helicopter, or you get some dogs or something. Suddenly your losing game starts to look pretty good, So it seems pretty obvious to me that playing in parties boosts your KD, obviously boosts your win-loss ratio. So it means to me that, the stat difference between my other account and this account, am I a different player? Well, okay, my old account is old, but I don't even have that many days played. I don't know. I think that probably playing in a party gives you like a 1 KD boost. That's probably my theory on that. Do you want to argue that? Post comments in this video. We'll all come to some kind of conclusion. But in my opinion, party equal plus 1 KD. So if you got like a 2 KD, you're probably like a 1 KD player if you always played solo. I don't even know what to say on win-loss ratio. We beat other parties. We make other parties rage quit. I'm not going to say we're the pros. I don't play with like pros, But my experience is most parties aren't that great. So anyway, playing in a party, right? Let's talk about that. And when I play solo, I'm always like ghosting or like flak jacketing pretty much 99.9% of the time. When I'm in a party though, you want to have usually like a few guys using UAV and a few guys using counter UAV, and then everyone running Blackbird, and then everyone picks like a big something, Maybe if you're like really, really good or something, if the party respects you, then you can run like chopper gunner dogs or like chopper gunner or like attack helicopter. Well, not attack helicopter, the gunship. Maybe, right? I've done it a few times, but for the most part, it's kind of respect to your friends to be either the UAV, counter UAV or UAV guy, or spy plane, whatever, counter spy plane. So that's sort of like you see me running the counter spy plane, and then you also see me running hardline. Well, why do I run hardline? Because if we're always counter spy planing and blackbirding the other team, then I don't need to run Ghost, which is what I normally run with this kit. And, I'm not going to argue with you about how effective it is. Spaz with Ghost is awesome, alright? So, then, okay, so there's the kill streaks. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, right, okay, so another thing is you might watch people playing in party that are dominating, and I don't know, let's say you're watching theater mode, okay? And you would say to yourself something like, man, this guy is so campy. It's the only reason, I've actually had that too, like where like a party against a party, and the funny thing about playing in a party is like you can tell when other people are playing in a party, and there's so much ego in Xbox Live, man. Like when you can tell just a party's coming in just by how much ego is going on. When people are just talking openly in the public chat, and you can just tell, it's just in their breath, how cocky they are. You don't know me, I actually am a pretty quiet person. I don't really say much, I don't really trash talk unless you really like openly come after me. So generally I'll just kind of smile the whole time that all this ego garbage is going on. And yeah, what was I going to say? So totally lost my train of thought. So yeah, and then the party at the end of the game, they'll be like, you guys are such campers, you guys are such campers. Well, when you're playing in a party, you quickly learn, like you should have, if only I had videos of me first time in party, I would use marathon and then run back and forth. Picture on this map, from spawn to spawn, spawn to spawn, spawn to spawn, over and over. And I was getting like barely any kills. I'd be like, middle ground. I'd have a great KD, but my kills were low. And I just sort of learned, like, you gotta just sort of pick one of the spawns and just go with it. Your teammates are gonna see that you've got one spawn, and then you'll sort of spread out naturally. There's no communication. You don't have to coordinate. Go into position alpha, omega. But unfortunately, this video is ending. I think I pretty much said everything I want to say, though. Just party guys that they sort of pick a spot and stick with it. That's why you'll notice that I was generally in one spot the whole time. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.